because you're so inspiring. You're so inspiring. I just can't call you Neelam like that.
Well, Chhavi, you'll be very, very surprised that designing has always been a passion. Then, when I was in late school, I designed my own clothes.
You designed your own clothes?
Yes.
So as a young girl, you always had this passion of designing new clothes. How did it convert into your business?
When I was growing up, fashion as a profession was not very seriously taken. Designing, making it a brand was not as difficult as breaking these barriers and come out and, establish a brand.
Yeah.
A brand. But in a few years, and I got an amazing response. And finally, I had a lot of eminent people from Jaipur coming to my studio. People like ex-CM's wife also visited me. And finally, when it reached its peak, a height, what I am doing right now, I shut it down.
You shut it down? Age is just a number.
Absolutely.
Hey, you see.
Absolutely. And I would tell everybody, age is just the number.
So, मेरी जैसी जितनी भी young girls हैं, those who want to achieve something great in life, they have inspiration जो उनके आस पास ही है. और आज मैं आपको मेरी इंस्पिरेशन से मिलवाने वाली हूँ. मैं उनसे एकदम से नहीं मिली. I first saw her website, I saw first her clothes, and I really wanted to see who is the mind, who is the person behind all this. Let me introduce you to Neelam Jain ji, who is the owner of Geroo Jaipur. Welcome to my podcast, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me time today.
Thank you. Thank you for this conversation. And I request you to call me just Neelam. So that
No
would
G.
be great. No G required.
But you know what? Why G came? Because you're so inspiring. You're so inspiring. I just can't call you Neelam like that. It either has to be Neelam ma'am or it has to be Neelam G. So I'll stick with Neelam ma'am. What do you say?
So whatever you like. But I would prefer Neelam. That itself is good enough.
All right. Okay. So this name Geroo, what does this represent? Because see, you have clothes in every color. So why this particular name Geroo?
See, Geroo actually is a symbol of Jaipur.
Yeah.
Geroo comes from this color Gerua, which we see on all our, traditional heritage buildings, which you find all over Jaipur.
Yes.
And I have grown up seeing them, and they've been very, very inspiring to me. So our work in a way reflects Jaipur, and this pink color is Jaipur. So our work is also a reflection of Jaipur, the traditional and the timeless craft, which is what the Gerua is. Same is with our work. It is timeless, it is sustainable, and it is traditional.
So how did you think of the name Geroo and not Gerua?
Well, that was just something, it wasn't a very thought out process, but
Creative.
it just came,
came,
to my mind, Geroo.
So anything that comes, out of nowhere becomes a hit. That's what I've seen. Yeah. Okay. So I really want to know about your journey. How were you when you were a school-going girl, a college-going girl? What were your dreams? Have you always wanted to be in this industry?
Well, Chhavi, you'll be very, very surprised that designing has always been a passion with me.
Oh.
Even as a little young girl, as a girl of say 8-9 years old, I used to design for my dolls. Then when I was in late school, I designed my own clothes.
You designed your own clothes?
Yes. And I remember very clearly, I took 2 of my mother's sarees, beautiful sarees from her trousseau, and I got them stitched into the dresses. And they were such a hit. I wore them in Delhi, and my mom was proud. My entire family was amazed to see those designs. So it's right from the beginning, designing and art has been my passion.
So did you also learn stitching, or you wanted to go into the same field of fashion design?
I didn't learn stitching because there were no NIFT, there were no such formal schools at that time.
Yeah.
But a little bit of stitching was taught at home, in school. That's what I knew.
Yeah.
But I was totally for designing. And at that time, since there were no formal education as such, I did textile designing. That didn't teach us stitching, but of course, designing was there.
So, okay, so as a younger, you always had this passion of designing new clothes. How did it convert into your business? When did it convert into your business?
See, this passion for business was always there in me. But the only difference is at that time, this was not the mindset, the culture.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, fashion as a profession was not very seriously taken. So if you were a doctor, if you were a civil servant, a teacher, any such profession was looked up to, and you were encouraged to take up a job. In my case, I was not, I could not take it up as a profession because it was taken very lightly. It was taken like,
Hobby,
it can be a
just
hobby, So why not manage the house and children instead of, wasting your time on all these frivolous things, was the thought process. So that is what, the thought process was. And I had to break these barriers. So breaking these barriers was very difficult for me. Designing, making it a brand was not as difficult as breaking these barriers and come out and, establish a brand.
Yeah. See, I really, I would want to know about the struggles you have went through. I want to understand, how did you really begin? How was the day one? Was it called Geroo or was it called something else?
See, day one was not Geroo. Geroo came much later.
And which year are you talking about?
I'm talking about 25 years back.
Geroo is that?
No, Geroo is not that old, but I started a little studio.
Okay.
And since I was so passionate, that I had to do something in spite of, all the constraints I had. I had 2 small children, but I started a studio from home. And I called it It's Different.
It's different?
It's different. That was my first studio. Although it was a small studio from home, and I started with some 13 dresses. Borrowed 5,000 rupees from my husband, made 13 dresses. But the best part was, most of them got sold off in a 15 days time.
Wow.
They were bought out by my family and my friends and whoever got to know, and that was very, very encouraging for me, and I thought, let me go ahead. And my husband also encouraged me at that point of time. So I continued with this little studio from home while taking care of the family and the children and doing rest of the job.
That's great.
And surprisingly, in a few years' time, of course, it is not easy to establish a brand, but in a few years, and I got an amazing response. And finally, I had a lot of eminent people from Jaipur coming to my studio. People like ex-CM's wife also visited me. And there were IAS officers, there were lecturers, there were principals of colleges and schools.
I have a very important question. How were you reaching all these people?
See, there were some ads definitely I was giving in the papers.
Okay.
And then largely it was organic, word of mouth. Because that is the strongest publicity you can have. So it was going around by the word of mouth, but once in a while I also used to give an ad in the paper. But it became quite popular at that point of time. And finally, when it reached its peak, a height, what I am doing right now, I shut it down.
You shut it down?
Yes. And it was actually my decision. It was not forced down upon me. And I had to take this decision because my children were growing up. And since I had always been with my children and taken care of their studies, I felt this the time, and this is the feeler I got from my children also, that, they need my time. So it was now for me, either I grow because I had reached my, what I could do from home. So either I have a showroom, move out, or shut it down and take care of my children. So at that point of time, I decided to do that, and I have no regrets for that, and I'm very happy to have done that.
But I'm still thinking about that. How old were you by then? You were...
I must have been in my 30s, 40s.
Yeah. So, okay, let's imagine you were 36 years old. For 36 years old, establishing something on her own at that time, reaching at the peak and leaving it. I mean, it must not have been easy. Were you able to...
It wasn't easy at all.
How were you feeling emotionally?
It wasn't easy at all. It was quite difficult. When I told my husband that I'm going to do such a thing, even he was shocked. He said, you've established so well and you've become a good name. And this is when I said, either it is, it was my decision. I said, I have to think of my children. And it's important for me. So anyway, I took that decision, for which I don't regret, because both my children are very well settled now.
Yeah.
And so after that, much later, I started Geroo.
But then you had no idea whether you will start again or not?
No, not at all. I thought my journey after 5 years, I thought it's over. And now looks like not in this lifetime I'll be able to establish a brand, because I was now getting on the wrong side of the age. And so I almost gave it up.
Age is just our number.
Absolutely.
Hey, you see.
Absolutely. And I would tell everybody, age is just the number. Because when I started Geroo, I was 50 plus. And I have there is a little reporting that was done by a paper. And they said, when people are taking retirement, this lady is starting the work.
Yeah.
So I started this work, Geroo, on my children's persistence. They felt that because of them I had left the work, and they encouraged me. That is when we were, me and my husband were there. We were, the children had gone for higher studies, and we were empty nesters. That's when they said, no mom, you need to start again.
A very important question again. As a lady in 30s, would still be relevant to the new fashion by then?
No, that was another challenge. That's what I told them. I said, first of all, they said, you start it, mom, because you left it for us. So we want you to start. And you've been always so passionate about it. I said, Beta, no, I don't think so. It's the right time now, because I'm not at all in touch with fashion, first of all. And secondly, I'm on the wrong side of the age. I cannot run around the way I used to. You have to do a lot of running around. And thirdly, I was designing for people of my age.
Yeah.
And now it's your generation.
Yeah.
And I won't know what to design.
Yeah.
I won't know. And fourthly, the bigger challenge was that so many multi-brands had come up.
Yes.
Lifestyle, Westside, Reliance. And I didn't see much future there. I said it's going to be... They said, no mom, we know that you will do it. So you start, and start for a couple of years. They both convinced me, kept calling me again and again. And they said, okay, even if it doesn't work, you can stop it and we'll lose some money, that's it. And my husband was with them. They all said, no, if we lose some money, that's okay, but at least you need to give it a try. So on their insistence, I thought, okay, I gave it a thought, and then I said, I just cannot do anything else, because this is where my heart lies.
Yeah.
And I started Geroo.
So how did you really match the choices of the newer generation?
So of course it took time. I had to learn a lot, because the scenario had completely changed. Chhavi, you will not realize that, when I was designing earlier, kurta, pajama or salwar kurta was worn by a very small section of people.
Yeah.
Usually all women wore saris all across India. It was more a Punjabi dress, which became a dress of professionals to some extent. But at home, whether it was down south, whether it was northeast, Calcutta, Rajasthan, everybody wore saris and nothing else. And I was into kurtas. But later, when I started doing this, when I started Geroo, then the kurta pajama, the kurta sets, this became a national dress.
Yeah.
Everybody in household, every household, all across the country, they were wearing. And by then, this online business had also started. So that was in a way boon to me, because I could sit at home and work through online and reach customers all across the world. So I opted for this, but then it was also very competitive, because there are a lot of people, you had to compete. Earlier it was just competition in Jaipur itself. Now I was competing with the whole
Everybody,
India,
international market.
whole India.
Yeah, India.
So it was a bigger competition, but then it was a different scene altogether. Everybody was wearing. And suddenly the trend for the saris was going down completely. And that's when I worked in saris. Earlier I was working in kurtas.
Oh.
I started working in saris. And saris then I realized what is important is now people need saris not for the daily wear.
Yeah.
Now they need saris for occasions. So I concentrated there, because anyway my passion lied in all the crafts of Jaipur. And I wanted to introduce all of them to the younger generation through this, online, and which I could do. And that's what helped me. And I could do that.
Wow. Let me tell you, you look stylish also. I mean, what you're wearing right now is
Thank
something
you.
I'm motivated to wear, by the way. I love wearing saris. I just want to come to that point where I wear saris every day.
So this is a big shift that is taking place, and which even I am amazed that the young girls nowadays, they love to wear saris, and there is a reason for that. What I feel is, now sari is not the way it was worn by our generations or a generation before us, in a very monotonous, a simple one way, either this palla or Siddha palla. Now girls have become so experimental with their saris. It's amazing the way they carry, and that is why it's become a beautiful dress. You can drape it in a traditional way, you can drape it in a lehenga style, you can drape it in a Indo-Western style, and the way the girls are doing it is marvelous. That's why I suppose they are enjoying wearing saris, and our business is growing.
Definitely. See, if this, what you're wearing, is your business, it's absolutely something which should grow. Are you wearing Geroo, or are you wearing something else right
Yes, I am wearing Geroo. And now here I want to tell you that this craft now, some people say, why are we expensive? Sometimes. Now here I want to tell, you that they are expensive because there is an intense labor here.
Okay.
So this is ajrak sari. And this ajrak sari, to make this one sari, takes about a week's time.
A week's
and
time?
More than a week's time. More than a week's time. So the labor is, there are 2-3 people working on one sari for days together. It goes through a lot of processes before it is a final finish. So that adds to the price. And all these things are fading away because of all the machines that have come up, all the mechanical processes that have come up. But we at Geroo are trying to promote these crafts because they are beautiful, and it's very sorry and sad state of affairs that they are dying, and we need to revive them.
Okay, I have to ask this question. I mean, this sari is, although it's very simple looking sari, but it has a gloss, it has a beauty. I don't know what's radiating from it, but it's great. But my question to you is, the similar or a similar looking sari can be found at a very less price.
Absolutely.
How are you competing in that environment? And I'm sure are you on online business as well?
Yes.
Marketplaces?
Yes.
How are you competing there?
It's very tough. That's where it is tough, but it is challenging and very satisfying. You'll not believe that I've had a lot of meetings with a lot of these marketplaces where they have come here. I said, you need to come here and see. Then only you will understand the difference, why I am expensive. Because it's the craft, it is the handmade thing where people put in their time, their labor, the whole day they are working. So you need to pay them by the day. If they're working for a week, you need to pay them for a week. So I mean, it is, and then they are not something that you can mass produce.
Yeah.
They're working on one sari at a time. So you imagine the labor, you need to give them what is their due. And that is what is important. So it is very tough because nowadays everything is mechanized. The machines are almost replicating the same thing.
Yes.
And to explain, but then there are people who are understanding and who do appreciate, and because of them we are also surviving.
That's great, and I'm so proud of Geroo that it's preserving what actual Jaipur is.
Yes, we are trying our most best, to do that, and I hope that we are able to add many things. India is full of amazing craft. It's amazing, and to bring it forward will be, it is a challenge, and I'll be very happy to do that.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question purely on business. When you started, were your prices still this high? I mean, were you still selling at the high prices? Because why I'm asking this question, because when you start, you think I need to go to the masses. Instead of serving a little portion of the society, I need to be available for all. What were your thinking when you were starting?
See, in our case, it is according to the labor, according to the fabric, and according to the, man hours that have gone into making the sari. The pricing is done accordingly.
Day one, you have given importance to all these factors.
Yes.
Yeah, fair.
It has been fair right from there on. So if a sari is costing less, then it is accordingly priced. But then it cannot match the price of a machine made sari.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But we always stuck to our prices. And I remember there was a time when one of the marketplaces said, Ki Neelam, you make cheaper stuff and we'll give you X amount of business. That was a huge business. I said, sorry, I stick to my, values, and I stick to my thought process that it's the craft that I have to continue working with, and the quality. If somebody, I want to give people value for their money and want them to come back, and this is what is happening now, and it is really satisfying, for me. And when they come back and then when they give such a beautiful feedback to us.
Okay, so I wore your sari to my cousin's wedding.
Okay.
And when I wore it, everybody loved it. I'm going to put the pictures here. And when I put the pictures on Instagram, everybody went crazy. In fact, there was a comment yesterday only that what's the price of the sari? I really want to buy this. This is so beautiful. So if you really want to know where that sari was, it was from Geroo Jaipur. She's the mind behind it. And
I really love that.
Yeah, that was turquoise. Sky blue turquoise. I don't know what it said.
Color
it's
sari.
Beautiful
Okay.
Sari.
Okay.
I loved wearing the sari. I'll tell you what was different in that sari. It was very lightweight. It was according to the wedding. It looked damn stylish. I don't know how it managed to do all the three things at once.
So that is what we try and do, to mix the traditional art with the modern thought process and modern requirement.
Yeah.
So accordingly we choose the fabrics, accordingly we choose the colors, accordingly we choose and blend the two things together. The traditional form and the modern. So we just don't follow the trends, blindly. So we take some things from there and blend them all together for this outcome, so that even the young people, they, associate with it.
Which state, which city? I'm talking about kahan se sabse
We
zyada
are getting orders from all over. And it's surprising that sometimes we get orders from even Rajasthan.
Oh,
Although, and Jaipur, where the things they belong to.
yeah.
So people from Jaipur are also buying. And then, of course, internationally, people are coming and they are buying. So we have customers from everywhere.
So how do you see Geroo Jaipur now when you compare it from the beginning days?
Yes, there is a phenomenal difference, because as you understand very well yourself, to build a brand and that too all over again, it was a fresh start for me.
Yes.
Because earlier it's different. Then I changed the name to Geroo, which was in a way blunder also. But then it was what we thought would, associate with our collection also. But then it was complete new start for me. So all these years have been a struggle, up and down, up and down. There have been times we did very well, and we got a Mintra award also for sustainable fashion.
Wow.
At one point of time. But then there have been these constant up and downs.
Yeah.
And of course we have now, kind of evolved. We've also learned, and
Okay, so what Geroo actually sells? It sells sarees, it sells suits,
yes,
cord sets.
yes.
Would you like to explain about your collection?
So we are doing largely all Indian ethnic wear. So that includes saris, lehengas, kurta sets, kurtas, and dupattas, and apart from this, some tops, etc. So all mostly things that are worn by the girls.
So are you also planning to come to the western section?
See, we already have to move to a little Indo-Western styles, which we are planning to do for our next collection, because that's again the need of the day. So nowadays, even not only young girls, but everybody has started wearing these Indo-Western styles.
Yes.
So we also plan to come up with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to tell everybody that where she's sitting, behind there's a sari. I think that's a sari.
That's a sari.
And I cannot get my eyes off it because it's a very different looking sari. I don't know how is it looking so stylish?
So there is, now this is the shift, this is the blend of modern and traditional. It's a sari,
Yeah.
but it's a stitch sari. It's a ready to wear sari.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just button it up on the waist.
Okay.
And put the pallu across and you're ready. Then another thing is for young girls, it needs to be, something that, associates with them, the young. So to give that young feel, we've added some frills. But we have kept the traditional style
Yes.
with the lehriya
Yes.
on the pallu.
Yes.
So this is how we blend our things, and this is what, is something that we keep working on.
Okay, I honestly want to know whose mind is behind that, because I see a lot of youngsters working for you as well. So, how do you feel working with the youngsters, and how have they contributed to your business?
So it's great working with these young people.
Yeah.
And definitely I learn a lot from them, because they are young, they bring in a lot of fresh ideas. But designing is largely that I do. That's my forte.
Oh.
I do take advice from them, I do take suggestions from them, but then the final this thing is, is mine. And largely I work on it, and that's what gives me a true joy, a pleasure to work on. So as I felt, that the girls are finding it difficult, and anyway it is a trend, the stitch saris. So we thought we also need to move on to this side, but keeping our tradition there. So we've done a lot of these stitched sarees now, and in fact, even I've started wearing them, and they are so convenient.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You save your how many minutes? 7 minutes.
No, a lot of time, adjusting your pallu, adjusting your pleats.
Pinning it all in.
And whenever you want to go out, you have to think before, you have to wear a sari, then dig out your, underskirt and then sari and then tying it up. But now with this, it's like wearing any dress.
Yes.
Just button it up and you're ready to go.
But again, I want to understand, how are you being so relevant? Like, wherever you go, do you really observe girls all the time? What are they wearing? Or do you have ideas in your mind that this is the next I'm going to do? Or you take inspiration from the young girls whenever you go outside?
See, you are always, if you have a passion for something, so your eyes automatically goes there, So I don't know, I don't, focus on all these things, as much, but they register to me subconsciously. And I do, so this is what the girls are finding good, this is what is trending, and this is what. And of course, these young people are always there, I see them, how they like to dress, how they go out. And that gives me a sense of what is going on, And it and helps.
So all the girls who want to look stylish, who want to have that Indian touch in their look, they should 100% see the collection of Geroo. That's what I did a few months back, and I'm planning to buy some more from here because they all look so amazing.
Such a pleasure.
They all look so amazing, and not just for me but for my mother as well, because I told her already about the collection that we have here. Plus, talking about the place where we are sitting right now, I have to tell you guys that this is her home, and this is a very artistic place. तो जैसे ही when you enter the place, you know that this place belongs to an artist. इस पूरी कॉलोनी में घुसने पे you will understand कि this can only be the
For
place.
this, more credit goes to my daughter, who's an architect.
Oh.
And yes, so she had lots of ideas for the home. Yes, and
Okay, so as a business person, how long do you work in a day?
so here I have long hours because work doesn't spare you and doesn't consider your age.
Yeah.
So if you've started something, you have to put in your time.
Yes.
So my day starts at 7 in the morning, 7:30, and it ends like 10:30, 11. And sometimes I don't even get a minute to rest.
Oh my gosh.
So it is long hours of working, but it doesn't feel like a burden to me. Since it's my passion, I love it. I get a very good sleep after the day's work. So it is a joy to be doing, and in fact is making me more, this enthusiasm is giving me more energy, making me feel younger. What I felt at 50 plus, I feel I'm the same age even now, and I can continue to work for another 10 years.
You started a business when it was not very common for ladies to do business, for girls to be in business. Now when girls are beginning, there are challenges, but they're not as big as they were before. But still, girls are not able to do it because they see so many constraints. What do you have to say to those girls?
See, you have to overcome the constraints if you want to do something. I mean, you have to take that step, and constraints will always be there. There are always limitations. But if you are really passionate, if you really believe in yourself, then you have to overcome those.
See, I believe in myself, but I don't know whether I'll start something, it will work out or not.
That challenge is always there. One cannot be 100% certain.
Yeah.
And that it will work or not.
Yeah.
But
To not try is the problem.
entrepreneurship is, something that you need to go on and on and on. It's not that I haven't had those times. I've also had those times many a times, where I feel, it's not working. I think it's not, I should, discontinue now. And those times have come. But this persistence, to have patience and entrepreneurship is that. And that is what I believe you have to go on if you want to succeed.
I've taken so many interviews and I've seen one thing common in every person who has done something great in life, that they have taken their art that has been given by God very seriously. The art that was given to you by God, you have taken it very seriously.
It is God gift, and it was nurtured by my parents. And yes, since it was a passion, it never was an effort. It's always a joy for me.
Okay, so I want to ask you whether, if I have to go out for a meeting, let's say, so how can I look professional plus stylish plus young? What should I wear?
See, ideally, I think sari works ideal for every sort of a thing.
You're convincing me more.
So it gives you that professional feel. Young, it does make you. That depends on how you drape it, what colors you choose. It all depends on that. But I am a big,
Sari fan.
advocate of saris. But then there are a lot of other options also available nowadays. And so one can, the skirts. Skirts are also another very good, dress. And the best thing about the skirts nowadays, what I find is, and that's how we have designed our skirts, you can wear them as lehengas, you can wear them as skirts.
Oh.
You club them with a t-shirt, you club them with a shirt, it becomes a skirt.
You're talking about long skirts?
Yes.
They never go out of fashion?
Never. I have not seen ever so far in my life. Because you drape it with a dupatta.
Yeah.
And the kind of skirts we do is, these kind of skirts, that you put a dupatta on it, they become lehengas. You wear it with t-shirts or you wear it with something else and they become a skirt.
Okay, so I want to know about more outfits that never go out of style. Like sari is one, long skirts is another. Anything else which never go out of style according to you?
Again, I would say kurtas in some form or the other.
Yeah.
Because they can become short, they can become long, they can become knee length, they can become ankle length. They also don't go out of fashion because there is a large population that wears kurtas and it's just, again styling them differently, so they also don't go outdated.
So talking about Geroo, which products are being sold rapidly? Like the saris are being loved by people a lot, or kurtas are being loved by people a lot?
So for Geroo, it is saris more. For saris, everybody is coming back to me again and again. We try and do kurtas also in between, but then again there is a demand for saris. So then we end up doing saris only. Largely, but we are doing other things as well.
Yes, I can see so many other things as well. But I am also a big advocate of sari, and let me tell you, I've not started wearing it on a daily basis, but I really want to. I really want to look like you.
Thank you so much. That is such a beautiful compliment.
This is what I really want to do, but I'm just not able to have that courage to start doing that yet. But I think if Geroo is with me, then I can start doing that.
Geroo is always with you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was lovely knowing your journey. And I want to know, what are you thinking about Geroo now? Where is it going and where you want to take it ahead?
See, Geroo is expanding and I intend to expand it further. And there is no stopping now because I feel as young as I was earlier when I started. And so we are definitely going to expand further, and we are thinking of expanding internationally as well.
Wow.
From where we have started getting a lot of orders also. So virtually from all countries we are getting orders, but the numbers are not that great right now. But we plan to work more on it, and more on even the B and C towns from where the traffic has started coming as well. So work on them.
Are you
as
talking
well.
about physical stores?
I can go in for that also. We are working on it.
Okay.
But not me directly. But if franchise,
Okay.
if somebody is willing.
Okay, and if somebody is listening also.
Somebody is listening is most welcome.
Okay, that's something.
So that is what, but not me directly. But
Acha, abhi, when I was looking at all the collection, I'm seeing none of your saris matching another. I mean,
that's the beauty of colors.
like, I want to understand whether you are just creating one type in a very, like, there are only 2-3 saris in one type, or mass production is being done.
See, mass production is just not possible in these saris. But basically, like if there is a black color, so we have to have a different variety of designs in a black color. Suppose you have come here to, for some particular color, you need at least 10-15 options in that color.
Yes.
So we have to maintain that. Similarly, for cloth option also, somebody is coming with the idea of, I want chiffon or silk. So we have to have variety in every thing.
But again, I see they are very unique in their sense. They are very unique. I mean, I do not see the same pattern being repeated in every color. Or
yeah, absolutely. That is what we constantly keep working on. So the ideas, they don't, they are not same, and they keep changing.
So that's one thing for sure. If I am going to wear Geroo Jaipur, I'm not going to see another one wearing the same sari.
Sometimes it happens, there are some saris which are one of its kind.
Yeah.
Because our weavers, it's all manual process. Now even this sari, what you can see, second sari may not be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Where we have the blue color, he may give black. He may reverse the colors, because it's a manual process.
It's not mechanical.
Yes, it's not mechanical. So to remember and to do the same thing. So there are a lot of saris which are just one of its kind.
That's lovely, and it's always lovely meeting you, ma'am, because you're so inspiring, and I see, when I grow up, when I go to my 50s or 60s or 70s, I want to be as relevant as you, as passionate as you, and there's so much to learn from you. Every time I meet, I think it's just so much to learn from you.
Thank you so much, Chhavi. And it's a pleasure, meeting you young people, and I also learn a lot from you all. So it's me also who's learning constantly every day from all the young people around me.
So I just want to tell all the girls, you need to stalk Neelam ma'am, because she is our inspiration. Believe me, anybody who really want to do something great in life, or they want to follow their passion, anything related to your passion, you'll get inspiration from her. In fact, I have to tell you that when I came here, I saw some beautiful paintings, which we are going to record later. Some beautiful paintings, and she told me that she just not create the amazing clothes that we wear, but she also creates some beautiful paintings also, which I could not believe. How?
That's my hobby.
That's your hobby.
Yes.
The hobby is so great. Oh my God. So it's lovely meeting an artistic person.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your time, ma'am.